In this short video, I'm going to share with you how to flip houses. This is aimed particularly at the newer investors. Hi, my name is Mark Lloyd. I'm co-founder of Property Master Academy and been investing since 2005. So first of all, what do I mean by a flip? Well, my definition is buying a property that you're going to add value to, and at the end of that adding value, you're going to sell it for a profit. So that's the basic concept. So where do we start? Well, clearly, the purchase of the property needs to be at a good price, but it doesn't necessarily have to be below market value. I'm sure you've heard that term many, many times, that you must always buy below market value. What you're really looking to do is properties where you can add value, and that's really, really important. Now, it could well be a below market value purchase, but the most important aspect is adding value. So adding the value can come in a multitude of disguises. It could just be literally a very light retouch, such as a paint, new carpets and so on, or it could be a complete gut. So quite a wide variety and obviously different costs involved there. But where you really start is with the end value of the property. So what I mean by that is what the actual sale value is going to be, because then you can work out all the other costs in your purchase price. Now, how do you arrive at the sale value? Well, obviously you need to do your own comparables, but I would suggest ringing at least 3 or 4 estate agents to get an idea of sale values for a particular type of property. So let's say it's a 3-bed mid-terrace property in XYZ road, and what you want to know from the agent is, once that property is done up and it's in good condition, what would it sell for if I had to sell it within 30 days? That will give you a better idea of the likely sale value. And of course, once you've got 3 or 4 values from agents, then take an average of those and take off a further 5%. Why? Because all estate agents are overly optimistic as far as the sale price is concerned, and you don't want to be, because you don't know what's going to happen in the market. So once you've got your sale price, you then need to take off your margin. Now, a margin for a flip should always be, as a minimum, 20%. No less. More is, of course, very nice, but no less than 20%. So let's say we've got a sale value of £200,000. That means your margin, 20%, would be £40,000. So we're now down to £160,000. So out of that £160,000, you need to cover your purchase price, your purchase costs, so your solicitor's fees and stamp duty, any survey fee, anything else that's within that, possibly a broker fee as well. Obviously, you've got your refurbishment cost. You've got the sales agent fee when you sell, and again, solicitor's costs again. And of course, don't forget finance costs. So that's all within the £160,000. So what I would suggest is that you look at your refurbishment costs and sales costs as one item. And once you've worked out those, then you'll be able to work out what your maximum purchase price is. So once you've worked out all your figures, obviously you go through the buying process, you purchase the property, then you need to be really clear on the refurbishment side of things. So what kind of spec are you going to do it to? Who is your target market? Is it single professionals? Is it married couples? Is it families? Because that will dictate what your refurb level will be. And of course, a refurb level for a 4-bed detached property is not going to be the same as a 3-bed mid-terrace property. So you need to bear those things in mind. But the refurbishment cost is the one thing that you have complete control over. Because once you've purchased the property, it's then down to you, and you need to manage those costs. Now, I'm not saying do things cheaply, because you can get some really good value products at a moderate price, but it's working within a budget to make sure you get that 20% margin. And lastly, don't overestimate the sale price. Stick to your figures. It's very easy with newer investors to want a sale price to be as high as possible, but you need to look at market reality. And market reality might dictate that it's lower than you thought it might be. That's why you need that 20% margin. Now, of course, if that happens, what do? Do you still sell the property, or do you have an alternative exit? And with every property deal, you should always have at least 2 exits. So for this property initially, we've talked about flipping. So the second exit would be a refinance and putting it onto a buy-to-let mortgage and putting a tenant in there short term, whilst perhaps you wait for the market to pick back up again if that's what's happened. I hope you found that useful. If you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified of other videos as they arise. And there's some appearing on your screen right now which will help you in your property journey. Thanks for listening.